Well, hi there. Welcome back. Dan again from Clean Guru. So, model employer or subcontracting mogul? Which sounds better? Well, the subcontracting mogul sounds sexier and cooler. I get that. And by the way, there are subcontracting mogul. So let's say there's some prime contractors, some large management maintenance companies, and they subcontract a lot of their work out. They may have some employees, but probably most of their company, let's say in some of these cases, is made up of a lot of subcontractors that they have lined up across the country to take care of the work for them in these other locations. It can work. By the way, let's take 1 minute to step back a second. What about being a sub? What about taking on subcontracted work? Well, remember, we talked about it can be okay, but make sure that you're working for a reputable prime contractor. Make sure you have enough hours to clean. Make sure it's profitable, that you're making money. And finally, maybe control how much subcontracted work you take on to limit it. Maybe limit it to 20, 25% of your total business. You know, we think it's healthier that the majority of your company be work that you're doing on contracts that you landed, that you hold the contract. That's a good thing. So now let's go back to when you're getting jobs, whether you're doing it with employees or subcontracting. Let's go back to that. There are some large prime contractors that do it the way we talked about across the country. But I don't know, is your company that way? Ours is not. Ours was not. And I would suggest that the vast majority of companies in the country are not that way. Most of them are a lot of employer model situations. And I think that's a good thing. I can tell you that I talk to a lot of companies and a lot of cleaning businesses, and many of them that have the employer-employee model just really seem, they really mirror how Tony and I felt. They seem really happy. They seem solid in their community, whether it be just their city or area, or maybe they have a state or two that they service. They grow organically that way, company by company, and they add employees and train folks as they grow. It works really well. Now, why do I think that is the way to go for most people? Because maybe you wouldn't want it to go that way. You think to yourself, I'm tired of hiring people. It's so hard to find people. It's almost impossible to keep people. It's such a pain to have to deal with the people part. Maybe I'll just land contracts and I'll subcontract out the work. Well, first of all, just because you subcontract out the work doesn't mean your problems go away. You're still responsible. But I think there's one big difference that I like to point out that I think makes a good case for the employer-employee model. When you do it that way, you can control the whole experience of your cleaning business. What is the cleaning service that you're offering? So bumper to bumper, from how you clean to how you hire, how you train, how you do inspecting, how you do customer service. Maybe there's uniquenesses that you offer that are built into the service that you do. All of that you can build in bumper to bumper and then offer to your community to attract business. If you're just going to subcontract out work, well, then you can't control that customer's experience the way you can if you're an employer-employee model. When you hand it off to a sub, there's only so much you can say about the work to be done. It's pretty limited. You can't dictate all of the things that are going to make up what you can in the customer's experience in an employee model, employee-employer model. So I just really think that I wanted to make a case for that. I know it's challenging, but there really can be some good things that happen from that, because when employees and employers are working together as a team and they get to design and implement what they think would be a great experience, we just found it very rewarding, and I think many of those companies are very profitable and healthy, and I think it's a good way to go, and I just want to encourage you to hang in there with that. Till next time, remember, you can do this.